Cooper, I appreciate you taking time here today. I know y'all are busy. Probably had to be a fairly tough week there last week with calving and everything down in southern Kansas.
Yes, it was. It
Yeah,
was memorable. It got down to -18 a couple of nights, so plenty
yeah.
chilly. Tough on.
You all calving already or no?
We are,
I
yes.
said,
1st of February, we start getting pretty busy calving.
yeah, yeah. So, and that probably leads into the introduction, and I'll let you maybe kind of explain what you all do. But as I alluded to, you all run cow calf pairs down there in southern Kansas.
Yes, we're a family-owned and operated cow-calf ranch that's been here for since 1903, I guess. And I have one hired man that helps me, but it's my family and him that take care of it and
Okay.
do everything horseback and been raising horses for many years. My father raised horses starting in the mid to late 60s, I guess, and a lot of the horses we have today still go back to some of those first mares that he had.
Well,
So
and I think I asked you this the other day, but I think it's important everybody knows that this colt's ranching heritage
yes,
eligible,
yes,
and maybe kind of give a high level view of what that means. I know you've had to been raising colts for a long time to be able to be part of that program.
to be part of that program, and it's been several years since we put that application in, but it was your main your main job was a cattle operation, but then you had to raise and you used horses on your ranch,
Hmm.
and you had to raise at least five colts every year, I believe,
Yep.
and of course you have to have been raising horses for so many years.
Yeah.
I don't remember the number there, 10 years maybe,
Yeah.
and of course my dad, I think this year he is a 50-year breeder, and
Okay.
so anyways, we've been raising horses a long time, and
Well, and that speaks to this cult and your program, and I feel fortunate we get to offer this one up to everybody. But this is a cult that's coming from a program that's been around for a long time. You all know what you're doing. You're using these horses. This isn't some random cult from some random mare and some random sire, right?
he was raised right here. I believe you could go back five five generations, I think, on his bottom side through his mare that we would own
Okay.
back that many generations.
Yeah. Well, and somebody does an awful good job taking pictures. This is an awful good looking dun horse, but the pictures were well done.
I'll
Um,
give that credit to my wife.
there you go. Um, how let's talk through one. He looks like he's got good bone, good feet, but maybe talk through his size real quick and how he's built and what his parents are.
He stands 14-1, just a titch over it whenever I stick him. His his daddy is right at 15 hands, and
Okay.
his mama is going to be right there between 14.3 and 15 hands. They're real solid um, type mare, and the daddy is also.
Okay.
So I really believe this colt will be. He may get just almost 15 hands, but he'll have plenty of bone to him. He's got very good straight legs, and I think he's put together as good as you'd want one. I think he'll hold up, and he's got the bone and the size to make a good all around type horse.
Yeah. We're going to show everybody some videos of the sire here, but I have them pulled up here, and as you said, on that bottom side, going back there on your all's ranch, maybe a little bit of the history on the sire. But I know you're breeding mares to him there at your ranch every year.
That sire Frenchman's dual pet, we raised him as well. Um,
Okay.
and that mare Frenchman's Randy Ray, we bought her from the Wises at the Open Box Rafter Ranch in South Dakota in 2002, I believe.
Okay.
And that daddy of hers, Bogey Biancas, he was ran at the NFR 2 or 3 times. I forget the lady that ran her or ran him, but
Hmm.
he also sired some really good quality barrel horses as well.
Yeah.
And that Frenchman's Violet was one of Louise's favorite mares. They bred her to. She's been a big producer of barrel horses for that family. Um,
Yeah.
and that Midnight Hideaway, he won 12,000 or so, I believe, in rank cow horse events, and on that dam side, that Frenchman Sundown, he has produced a few barrel horses, and you can see that on that pedigree of Robin Lynn. That there's a
Yeah.
girl that did real well at some barrel races. Yeah, I guess it'd be about a 3/4 brother to the dam of this little red dun gelding.
Yeah. So this video is the barrel racing video. You alluded to it. This is the sire of this colt.
Yes.
I'm guessing this is your wife running barrels on him.
No, it's not. This is a girl that we
Okay.
started the horse on barrels. This was actually about 2 years ago, and this maybe was he might have been entered in. This might have been his fifth barrel race or so. He hadn't been to very many,
Okay.
but he just has a great handle on him. It didn't take long to figure it out, and
Yeah.
I think that was probably 2 years ago.
Okay. And I don't know what you think, but I watched that video and I see a horse that's going to have plenty of run.
Yes.
And obviously it must. I mean, he got started on that pattern, and I don't know. It takes somebody else to know exactly what's going on, but he sure looks good to me. But I think I wanted to show that as you kind of talk through those bloodlines and where this colt's been. He's bred right to run. And then I'm going to show real quick here as well that let's not just pigeonhole him as a barrel horse either, right? And this speaks to the versatility of this horse. And this is a video you all took of, just showing how handy that. Obviously, this is out. Y'all are using them. Mama calved here. You keeping her away, but you watch this video and you see how handy this stud is.
That was just yesterday. I had to get some bulls out of them and just went to work my horse for a second. And he's a very cowy horse. He's been roped on a little out of the arena. He's been roped on plenty in the pasture, but he's got speed and cow, and he's got a lot of rate when he's running those barrels, and I think that comes from this cowiness that he has here. And just a good all-around horse.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you, I think I need to send you my 3-year-old cow horses and let them be used a little while, and it'll pay dividends for me. So
those long miles help them.
Boy, yeah. All right, so I'm going to get that shut down, and then I'm going to jump into, and you can kind of begin the conversation there on talking through, where this colt's at in his training. But early on in the training process here, and I know you've got one ride on him, 2 rides on him, but
we've got just one ride on him. Yes, right after Christmas, we brought that colt into the barn. Prior to that, he'd been handled with as a weanling for 3 or 4 days. Got a halter on him. He didn't get touched again until I cut him the next spring, and had probably a week worth of just handling, petting on him, getting him haltered, and so then he wasn't messed with again until just after Christmas, and we brought him in. And we get our hands on him for 5 minutes here and there, and there's really, this was his first saddling. This was maybe the second or third time I'd really worked him in the round pen, and in a minute you get to see his first saddling and how well he takes it. But he's an athletic colt. He gets around real easy, but he was just so quiet, never worried about being in that stall right there by himself.
I think what really impressed me there was, one, he's a good moving colt. You can see that where he's loping around. He gets under himself. He carries himself well. But for a colt that's going to have some size, he could sure enough move those front feet. And I don't know why we would be surprised after I just showed you the videos, right, of the sire running barrels and then working, cutting there too. I mean, I like this colt.
Well, he ain't been flying very many times. He picks his head up a little there, but heck, he never even puts that leg down. He keeps it cocked up, and he's pretty confident with anything going on around him. Yeah,
and this is if we've skipped forward here to saddling, but this is the first time he's been saddled, right? Or second?
It is the very first time he ever got saddled.
Okay. So, and I'm not gonna make you and I try to carry on a conversation through this whole thing, but I'd encourage folks to go, take a look at this. Also, I don't think I don't want to miss the opportunity. We like to sell the horses we have, but I think people, you alluded to it earlier, you raise 10 to 12 babies a year. So you got this colt, but you're going to have others and some really nice fillies as well. And so, you know, I want people to feel comfortable reaching out to you and asking about this colt. And if they're looking for a filly or something different or a next year's model or something else, you know, reach out as well and talk to Cooper and his family. They obviously, you all have some awful nice horses. So I'm sorry, I'm just kind of skipping forward here. I want to get to, you know, you obviously get them to where they're bending, flexing a little bit before you get on them.
That was the first time he had a bit in his mouth, and you know, I tipped his nose with the halter 3 or 4 sessions, and I'm picking up the halter a little there as well as picking up the O-ring. But before I'm done, I'm just picking up the O-ring, and he really took to it good. You know, he said he's wolf teeth out and had his teeth done once, but his feet are trimmed. I trimmed them a day or two before this video is taken. But anyways, yes, he really took to that bit good.
Yeah, he certainly looked like it. I'm going to jump ahead. Sooner or later here we get to, all right in here. This must be your, oh, not quite there. Coming up here, this is must be your help around there.
Yes.
And this is actually his daddy, right? His daddy and then him.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And kind of as you've alluded to this whole time, he sure seemed to just take everything in stride.
Yes, he did. He handled that great. He has not been turned loose. I led him around, and I would like to have gotten a few more rides on him with that cold weather we had the last 10 days, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It did not happen. But anyways,
no,
I think anyone that's confident with some colts could easily take this little guy and carry on with his training.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, I appreciate you taking this time, Cooper. We have your phone number and contact information on the website. Folks, feel free to reach out to Cooper, ask any questions you want. Anything else you want to say as we sign off here on this colt? I think the video speaks for itself.
Just feel free to call me with any questions. I'll share it all with you, and that's I welcome that.
Yeah. So, all right. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.